das alles ab, wir cruisen nicht noch mit mein Geist älter als ich, egal solange ich bewege. Der Boomer-Trick in der Hand und in der anderen mein Phone. Vor Wi-Fi Brahman Bildung ist jetzt LTE so. Ja, was?
Today on One Always There. Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary. Today on One, COVID-19 public transport industry regulations remain the same. New paints brightens community projects. Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Service receives equipment worth 104,000 Namibia dollars. And Gebhardt delighted to play top-flight football again.
As the COVID-19 state of emergency lapsed and the majority of establishments and businesses back to normal operations, the public transport industry regulations will remain the same. The Minister of Health and Social Services and the Attorney General at the 18th COVID-19 public briefing noted that the current arrangement for the public transport sector, which is 3 passengers per taxi, remains the same and has not changed. The Vice President of the Namibia Bus and Taxi Association confirmed this, urging members in the public transport sector to adhere to the current directive.
Even though the state of emergency is lapsing, COVID shall remain with us for some time, and we have to learn how to live with COVID. What that means is that now we, as Namibians, shall take a collective responsibility in combating and dealing with COVID. The specifics of the new announcement obviously relates to various aspects that we have been dealing with. The issue about public transport, the limitations of passengers, shall remain in place.
Until further notice, they have to be patient, and we must hear from the ministry when they allowed us to transport full capacity. But at this stage, it is an order, an instruction that public transport is or remains the same as they instruct us. So we must adhere to that rules and regulations which is given out by the Ministry of Health.
On the recent taxi disinfection initiative, which was launched last week Friday, Platt noted that public transport in the coastal and northern areas of the country are next to be disinfected in the following week.
In the next week, we are traveling to the coast and to the north and to the south, the central is Kitman, which is Kitmanshoop. So we take it step by step. So after every week, we will announce a new town, and we must inform the mayors of the municipality, town councils, police, the municipality police or traffic officers. They must be present, the mayor as well, etc. Or CEO, or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. But soon, very soon, we'll start. During next week, we'll make an announcement in Walters Bay, in Swakopmund, in the north, and the central town, Kitmanshoop, in the south.
Platt noted that the association will ensure that its members have registered their vehicles to be sanitized and adhere to the current loading capacity.
This week on It's a Wrap.
Well, to me it seems as if the coronavirus scare has been grasped by some drowning politicians as a proverbial straw to distract the attention of the nation from the corruption which is rife in the country.
We are not mad people. We are reasonable people. We are members of parliament. We make laws. We don't make violence.
A lot of people say they don't see color, but that ain't true. That ain't true.
It's a Wrap premieres on Sunday nights at 7:30 on One Africa TV, where it just gets better. You can also catch it live on Facebook Sunday nights at the same time. One Africa TV was, it just gets better.
New Paints has donated paint to 2 community projects identified by One Africa TV's Today on One that strives to make a difference in the lives of vulnerable members of the society. The initiative has been putting smiles on the faces of many during a time that the country is faced with a pandemic. Through its drive to assess community projects nationwide and show support towards the work that they do, Namibia's leading paint producer, New Paints, has been donating paint as part of their community project campaign competition. One of the selected organizations is the Side by Side Center that supports children with special needs and severe medical conditions by doing home visits and providing educational training to keep families safe. Its director, Hype van Wyk, expressed their gratitude for the kind gesture.
In this economic circumstances that we are in and the challenges that Namibia along with many other countries are facing, it's not always easy to stay positive. And when we got the news, it really brought back a little bit of hope and a little bit of, we're doing a good thing and we will continue doing it. And it is awesome and it's a great feeling to know that Namibia is behind us and supporting this project non-stop, especially organizations like you and New Paints.
Just want to say thank you, having the opportunity to be involved with Side by Side. I think from a Namibian company, it is so critical that we understand the need of the Namibian community. And at the end of the day, it's important that we support each other. I think all the companies and all the businesses are going through difficult times. But we said in this difficult time, everybody must be going through very difficult times. And let's see what we can give back. And one thing that we can give a little bit back is paint. And we know that paint has the ability to beautify and to bring a positive environment to areas that really need it.
Another beneficiary that also received 100 liters of paint is Hefata, located in Vanaheda. Its owner, Regina Kondobolo, has been taking care of people with mental illness for 30 years.
I appreciate this gesture of giving us paint. It is really a big thing. I appreciate it very, very, very much. And the people who came together to plan this and say, this time it's Hefata. So New Paints have got many places to donate. I see with children and sports and all those things, they are always there. So as for Hefata, they are always here. So I appreciate New Paint out of my heart with my children. I call them my children because there's nobody for them. When they die, I bury them out of this house, maybe when somebody.
The one thing that New Paint can do is we can help put color in people's lives. And it's easy to give when you have. It's a lot more difficult to give your heart and your time and everything if you don't have. And yeah, it's a privilege to meet you and just to see how unselfishly you just give your whole life and your time and everything that you have to such an unbelievable cause.
New Paints Factory Limited is a wholly Namibian-owned company and has been manufacturing paint for over 67 years.
Okay, so Carrie, thank you so much for joining me. You said you were a rapper.
Yeah.
I want to know, I never knew, I don't listen to hip-hop much. What is the difference between an MC and a rapper?
I don't even know myself. So, Carrie, when did you start music?
Officially started recording in, I think, 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I started. But writing was like from a young age.
What are the goods and the bads about being a student and being in the industry?
I mean, I think it says it in itself. It's like you were already in the industry per se, like you had a foot in it, so you already established yourself just a bit. Like you have to come start from scratch now with this whole fashion thing, and it's just like, it's a different dynamic because people have to get to know you on that side and respect you just as much, so it's just twice as much work or the same amount of work.
Told niggas that was always on my group for them fake for niggas that I hella had to do. I was hella used, now I'm hella new. Now this is for the time I had to tell a bitch freeze. Tell them fake, telling niggas that was always on my sleeves for the last time. I don't wanna tell a bitch freeze. Tell her that I ain't a geezer or the border penalties. Now let's go.
The UNFPA, the United Nations Sexual and Reproductive Health Agency, in collaboration with the Embassy of Switzerland, has come to the aid of Namibian youth with donations of personal protective equipment worth 104,000 Namibian dollars targeted for 8 vocational centers across the country. The Embassy of Switzerland recently donated PPE to the Ministry of Sports, Youth and National Service that will benefit over 1,000 trainees. This came after the realization that COVID-19 had a negative impact on those in vocational training.
We believe that multilateral cooperation and solidarity are essential to address the impact of this COVID-19 pandemic on women and girls and define approaches to tailor to a local context. With this project, together, we will help the most vulnerable women and girls to access important life-saving health care and protection services and uphold their rights and dignity during this crisis and beyond. Switzerland remains committed to supporting such development and implementations of COVID-19 initiatives, both in our countries and throughout the world through multilateral organizations.
With COVID-19 disrupting schools and training facilities, men, women and youth are mostly affected as most lost their jobs and many could not continue with their training.
We also recognize that COVID has impacted their life. We know that. We know that they have not been able to go to school. We know that some of them have lost their employment. We know that some of them have not been able to access services such as services around sexual and reproductive health and gender-based violence. And so we know that their life has been tremendously impacted by this pandemic. But what we know also is that in responding to the pandemic, we have listened to them. We have listened to the young people. We know what they need. We know what they want. We know where they want it. And one of those things where they said it was they want their trainings to continue. They want their trainings to happen. But they want to make sure that in those trainings happening that we adhere to the national safety and health measures that have been put in place. So this today is really a testament to that. It's a testament to be able to equip those facilities so that those trainings can continue and the young people can still feel that there's a sense of normalcy in their life despite this pandemic.
The Minister of Sports, Youth and National Service shared her gratitude and said that this donation will enable the youth to continue their training and boost entrepreneurial skills.
All the ministerial training programs was halted pending provisions of PPEs to both the instructors and the trainees, as well as the readiness of the centers with regard to health and safety standards. And thus, the Ministry of Sport, Youth and National Service would like to express our sincere appreciation to UNFPA Country Office for the never-ending financial and technical support that enable us to ascertain readiness and ensure that the young people commence with the training program which is beneficial amidst the COVID-19. The trades that are currently earmarked are tailoring, computer literacy, and agriculture, with the aim of improving employability
and capacity for entrepreneurship among young women and men.
The equipment will be distributed to facilities across the 14 regions, namely Hobabas, Opuo, Okakarara, Windu, Katima Mulile, Okahau, Enana, and Otapi.
Win free airtime with One Africa TV. Share your comments on the channel. SMS your feedback, name and town to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
Baroka FC and Namibian national team left back Ananias Gebhardt recently expressed his excitement after his team survived yet another season in the South African Top Flight League. With the current global pandemic, all sporting activities were put on hold, and coming back on the pitch, the solid left back stated that it was difficult, especially in their first match against Bloemfontein Celtic in the Nedbank Cup semi-finals, as match fitness was lacking.
Growing up, I've always wanted to be a professional footballer. I'm blessed to be one right now, and that keeps me motivated to even keep on keeping on and stay a pro bowler for as long as I possibly can. My focus is here at Baroka. We're planning definitely from the 21st, this coming Monday. We're starting with a mini preseason, if I may call it like that. And then we take it from there, definitely hoping and we fight that we have a way better season than last. That's the main aim, always to keep on improving. We got like 2 weeks to do some ball work on the training pitch before the Nedbank Cup resumed. So it was actually a bit challenging because the match fitness was not up to scratch. We were training during lockdown on these Zoom apps, but those are just basically resistance training. That's not enough. You need to do a whole lot of ball work. So definitely it was texting, especially the first game against Bloem Celtic in the Nedbank semi-finals.
Gebhardt further expressed sadness at the current state of football in the country, as he hopes the issues will be resolved soon. He also explained the importance of having foreign players in a national team.
It's always a plus to have foreign-based players in a national squad. It assures that there is healthy competition amongst the players, and which can only improve the bigger picture, which is best and positive results for the nation. To my fellow footballers, especially the local-based boys, hopefully the league will resume very soon so that you guys can also get it going that side, and it can only improve one's development going forward as a footballer. But without the league, I don't think that is possible. So with that said, hopefully soon it will kick off, and all the best.
Ananias Gebhardt was also recently awarded with a new contract, which extends his stay at the club for a further 12 months.
In other leading stories, Development Workshop Namibia has launched the Improving Sanitation in Namibia's Informal Settlements and Containing the Spread of Hepatitis E project. The project is supported by the European Union with an amount of over 400,000 euros and aims to improve sanitation and contribute to the containment of the spread of the hepatitis E in Namibia's informal settlements. The project follows a successful piloting phase in the city of Windhoek during 2019 and 2020. It uses a methodology called community-led total sanitation, which is an approach that sensitizes residents of informal settlements about the health dangers associated with open defecation and provides low-cost sanitation solutions for members of these communities to apply. The project will be implemented in 10 towns over the coming 3 years and will reach out to some 210,000 informal settlement residents. It will work through a wide network of volunteers with the aim to change hygiene behaviors of residents and stimulate the construction of improved sanitation facilities in collaboration with local authorities. And the Development Bank of Namibia has unveiled Makemo Trading, a mechanical and automotive services provider, as a recipient of skills-based finance for young artisans. The bank's skills-based facility for young artisans and professionals is designed to enable entrepreneurs with professional artisan qualifications but with limited or no collateral to embark on the cause of entrepreneurship. It also enables young entrepreneurs with emerging businesses to expand. The bank defines young entrepreneurs as aged 36 and younger, but will, in exceptional circumstances, accept applicants aged up to 40. Operated by Rens Makemo Shilongo, aged 33, Makemo Trading provides automotive services, including mechanical services, spray painting and panel beating for cars, trucks, buses, farm implements and mining and construction equipment. Located in Katatura, the company currently employs 4 mechanics and 2 panel beaters.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. We look at comments from the 18th COVID-19 briefing by President Hakakenkop at State House, where he announced that the state of emergency that has been in place for 6 months will not be extended. Oscar said that not all Namibians that were supposed to get the $750 Namibian received the emergency income grant. Krista is glad that travel to other countries is now allowed. Aino said that the president is the decision maker for the nation. Daniel said there are those that went to the regional council office and have still not received the grant. Nwanga thanked the president. Residents of Mixed Informal Settlement on the outskirts of Windhoek received acknowledgement certificates from the City of Windhoek in collaboration with the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, giving them ownership of the land that they reside on. Pala said that the current mayor is doing a good job that he wished she had served since independence. Morgan said, to be fair, residents in other informal settlements should also get land. Katharina thanked the city and hopes that Groot-Oop is next. Brendan said elections are right around the corner. Aaron's Freed asked if they will be allowed to build brick houses on the land. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today and One.
Hello and welcome to Sport Africa. The BBC's new weekly show will explore the big sporting issues and questions, like why Africans aren't winning medals in the pool.
I just think it's their mindset.
Meeting established and rising stars.
I could be the Nigerian first Grand Slam winner.
And at the heart of it will be you, the fans, with your passion, your opinions, your stories, and even tests of your sporting knowledge. Go beyond the game with BBC Sport Africa.
Turning Point International, we have taken over London.
I did it and I got burnt out.
Over time, eBay developed an addictive personality to escape depression.
There's some people, they take medication and it actually doesn't work for them.
Look at the weather forecast. The Namibia interior partly cloudy and hot in the northeastern regions with a few showers in the Zambezi, elsewhere sunny and hot to very hot. The coast partly cloudy and cool to warm with fog patches at first, and the wind moderate northeasterly to fresh southerly. Now a look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.
BBC World News.